most important thing is that you stand strong upon your spiritual path. People may not like you because you're different to them, but you are yourself. This is the most important thing. You have been here into this world. God have put you into this world to realize Him, to forge a relationship with Him, but above all, to be who you are. But for knowing who you are is not this physical on the outside. It's not what the mind dictates you, because most of the things that come out from the mind, it's from others. So how to become oneself? There is this holy scriptures called Bhagavad Gita, which is so beautifully explaining the transformation from a mind which is anchored itself into the world, a transformation which goes through that same mind which become divine itself. You see, the divinity is not out there, but inside of you. Continuously, if you are absorbed into love, that transformation will happen inside of you. But if you are absorbed into worry, into negativity, you can't expect love to awake inside of you. When we look at great souls who have attained realization of God, great souls who have had realization of the self, they were not people who follow the masses. Not because everybody is following, thinking, yes, they must be right. No. Those who have attained enlightenment, they were the one who take time and dive within themselves. Doesn't mean that they will be accepted in society. Doesn't mean that they will be accepted by everybody. No. They will go even to the extent of torturing these people, killing them, because they are different from the whole norms of it. That's why when people awake in divine consciousness, the people perceived there is a certain divinity, there's a certain reality which they can't comprehend with their limited mind. When somebody don't understand that, what they do? They go against that. But this is not about them, it's about you firstly. You are that light in the darkness which shine. Darkness can't overshadow that light which you have inside of you. A room can be closed for thousands of years, but when a little light is brought inside, that room is enlightened. The shadow, even if it had been closed for thousands of years, can't overshadow that light. And you are that light. You want to cover it, it's up to you. But that is not your reality. Your reality is to let this inner light inside of you shine and let it help others transforming. But firstly, you have to awake into that love. You have to awake that inner light inside of you and let it glow for you. So the first thing that we do, we have to control our mind, because we are predominated by our mind. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Lord Krishna said, those controlled mind, the mind which is under control, is your best friend. An uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. So when we observe the mind itself, the mind vary. The state of the mind varies. Sometimes the mind is cheerful, sometimes is miserable. Sometimes the mind is spreading joy and happiness, sometimes it's spreading all negativity. So when we observe the mind, we see the state of how the mind functions. We want to run towards behind the dictation of the mind or not. Who is making us miserable? I started the talk with that, is nobody else outside, is our own mind state. So what we feed our mind, that will become our reality. So transforming the mind from an enemy, which means a mind which is only looking on toward the outside, and let that mind dive within and transform, that love awake. That is what one's spiritual journey is.